Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another video. There's another paid request, this time from Frame by Frame. Thank you so much for that. And for those interested in requesting pretty much any type of video or topic or reaction, review, re-review, randomness, out of blueness, whatever it may be, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. I did be re-review something in the past, or again, commentary, reaction, randomness, list, ranking, whatever. But Frame by Frame wanted me to watch and review some 2021 animated film called Encanto, which, to be honest, I knew nothing about this. I had never even heard of this, but apparently it got some award notice. Not that that matters to me. But this is an animated film from Disney about a Colombian family. And this Colombian family, the matriarch, the grandmother, back to the day, there's violence going on, and she wanted her family safe. And by a bit of magic, her and her family, her lineage, were able, with the help of a magic candle, get these powers, which help serve their new community. And again, the lineage, the brothers, sisters, daughters, and sons, they got powers. So, like, one sister got to be super strong. Another sister could do all this stuff with flowers, grow flowers anywhere. Our lead character helps this little kid, and the little boy is able to help him go through this ritual, and he has the power to talk to animals. So while this is going on, our lead character is like the only person of this family to not have a power. She doesn't know why. But she rolls with the punches. She still is there for her family. She still supports her family. She's not being a whiner. She's not being a bitch. She's not being She doesn't feel entitled. She just goes along her daily way. And it's actually the grandma being pretty passive-aggressive. And the movie at least does acknowledge that that's one of the points of the film, is that the grandma is very passive-aggressive with her, in which the grandma is so afraid to lose his miracle that she loses sight of stuff. And actually one of the points of the film is that she inadvertently, the grandma's brought pressure and burden to her other family, like the woman who's pretty and makes all these flowers, the pressure of how to be perfect, and if you're not perfect then you're shit out of luck. Or the other daughter that's super strong. If she doesn't help everybody, she doesn't do this, she keeps feeling that pressure and it never gets eased up. But our lead girl is actually able to be there, just a simple hug. But while this is going on, the house, which is part of this whole magic stuff, and even the house itself is alive, it starts cracking. And our lead character notices it, but no one will believe her. And so she decides to find out what's going on, what's happening, why this house is cracking. And to save the magic, help her family out. And some people learn about tolerance, that just because you don't have a power doesn't mean you're useless. Quite the opposite. And it's an animated film. It's an animated film that doesn't have really a villain. It's not really going on an adventure, because it all takes place within this one village, and it's pretty much our character going from A to B to C, trying to find this out, learning more about her, learning more about the sisters and the rest of the family. And I thought it was fine. There was really nothing that bothered me much about it. I thought the animation was nice and had a flourish to it. I thought during the songs, they were decent enough. I don't think they were bad. I don't think they were terrible. I thought they were catchy. I thought they helped tell the story, but they also had a lot of creativity during the song sequences. Probably, I think most say We Don't Talk About Bruno is the best one. That wasn't... I liked that song. I would say my favorite is probably the one where the strong sister is telling about her burden. And again, I like the creativity during these song song and dance sequences where she's talking about the birds she's feeling, and there'll be times where like all these rocks as big as mountains are going on top of her, and how scales going up. It's hard to describe, but I thought it gave a sense of energy to the flick. And I'm not a guy that's really big on musicals, but a lot of Disney animated films have dealt with that, and I'm not going to say this is on par with Aladdin or The Lion King, but I thought this was decent. I didn't think it was boring. If you take out the end credits, it was only an hour and a half. I thought the voice actors, the one I recognized was John Leguizamo, who plays this guy Bruno, who could see visions, and he was kind of ostracized, but he kind of really kicked himself out because he saw a vision that our lead girl may be the destructor or may be the savior, and he wasn't sure. But hey, it's coming from me. People just assume the worst, so he left to protect this lead. And yeah, I liked John Leguizamo. And I mean, the animation was colorful. The songs, they're not songs I would stop and listen to the MP3, but they fit the film and they helped tell the story and had a decent amount of heart. And I guess some people say it's woke. I don't know. Even I can admit I think that's a term that gets overused. I think there's shit that is. I think it is an issue. But at the same time, I can't look for every fucking movie. Otherwise, that goes on the opposite end of the spectrum. And, I mean, it's like Aladdin. I mean, that's like calling Aladdin, the film Robin Williams, it's like calling that woke. It's like, no, I don't think that's woke. I mean, just, what's that, The Lion King from 1994 is woke? I mean, just, to me, it decided to go to Colombia, and I don't know shit about Colombia, so I'm not one to talk. Just Colombia, we're not known just for coffee. Colombia. I think that was like a Whose Line Is It Anyway thing. That show back to the day that Jim Carrey hosted. Yeah, back to the day. It was back to the day when we're all happy. Back in the day. I mean, it's a movie that I knew nothing about, and I watched it and I went, okay, it was alright. It was fine. I don't know shit about the culture, but again, it wasn't too long. It didn't overstay its welcome. It didn't try to push it to 2 hours, over 2 hours. I thought the messages were fine enough, where again, the lead girl wasn't doing anything wrong, and I thought that was the right call. And the grandma was being a bitch. I like that the movie called her out on it. What I mean by that is that she does admit by the end that it was her fault and her responsibility, and the grandma takes responsibility because all these people have these powers. Now she puts burden on them. You gotta do better, you gotta do better, you gotta do better. And that pressure fucks with people. And in a way, that's why the whole house was cracking in the first place. I mean, comedy-wise, I wouldn't say I laughed a whole lot. Maybe a little bit with the little kid who talked to the animals. Like, there's this one animal that tries to eat these mice that's with John Leguizamo's character, and the kid goes, "Don't eat those." It was like a nice little offhand sight gag where the animal's ready to eat it, but then he's sad and disappointed. It's like the puppy dog. I forget what animal that was. Was it a cougar? I can't remember. But then, it all works out at the end, like usual, and like I say, it tries to have a heart to it. The songs are catchy enough. I don't really know what else to say about it. Like I said, it's harmless. I thought it was a harmless movie. I think if you have kids and you enjoy Disney animated films, you do a lot worse. Like I said, it makes it a little bit different that there's no villains, there's no like action, swashbuckling, there's no adventure where you're going through the lands and going through this and that. Again, it all takes place pretty much in one location, and it's all about trying to unite her family together and find out that there's underlying problems. So it's like animated musical for the kids, but it's also like a little bit of a family drama more than anything as well. So it's a meshing of those two, or three or four, however many I said. But yeah, the song We Don't Talk About Bruno, where everybody's talking about how he would foresee things, like he was foreseeing that my goldfish died and then he died, he was foreseeing this, then I lost my hair, this and that. But we don't talk about Bruno, no, 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 we don't talk about Bruno. I thought it had a nice rhythm to each of the song, a nice... I mean, I would rather watch this... What was that one fucking movie? Black Orpheus with all the salsa dancing? Salsa da da da. Yeah, I think it was Black... Was it Black Orpheus? I'd rather watch this. At least the voice acting, I don't recognize the other actors. I apologize. Again, the only one I recognize is John Leguizamo. There might have been one more. It might be... I think one of the guys... Maybe the father? One of them was from... One of the actors might have been one of the guys from That 70s Show. And the guy's name, I think, starts with a W. It shows how much I remember the... I mean, like I said, I didn't really have a lot of problems. I wouldn't say it made a big impression on me. I don't know, it's because I don't know much about the culture, or maybe because it's out of my league, or I didn't know nothing about it. I'm like, okay, you know. It's like that one movie, Coco. I didn't mind. I think it was Coco. I didn't mind that one either. I mean, I've seen some pretty bad animated films. I mean, what was it, that Roseanne one back in the day? Home on the Range? That was pretty bad. I think someone asked me about Barnyard. I got confused with Home on the Range. Like, Home on the Range is pretty awful. I'm trying to think, like, recent years. Can't remember. Because a lot of times, I mean, well, what the hell was that one I ranted on where... It was a dog, and it was like a dog of the Queen, and Donald Trump was in it. I reviewed that film like a few weeks ago. I already forgot what the hell that movie was called. The Queen something? Yeah, and Donald Trump is in it, and the dog's like a prim and proper, pretentious British type of dog, but then gets into a kennel, and then there's like a fight club. Like, that's a bad anime. I don't think this is bad at all. And no, I don't think it's woke. I don't see any wokeness of it or whatever the hell. Like I said, it doesn't go into like guys are bad or guys are this or boys rule girls, the girls rule boys drool. It doesn't go into any of that. There are guys who have powers too. There's one who's a shapeshifter. There's, like I said, the little boy. The lead girl, she's not bitchy, she's not rude, she's not being a funny, all about me. Again, the closest you get to a villain is just the grandma being a bitch, and again, I like that the movie called it out, and that was its purpose. Just some movies are so stupid, they're doing that, and then they don't realize, wait a minute, that's a bad thing you're doing, movie. That's a bad thing that character's doing. Oh, no, it's not. They got their head in the sand. It was a cute film. It was a cute animated film. Again, I think it's not going to me be a classic. I just don't think it will be. I think maybe people who go see anime films, maybe someone will want one that's more of an adventure. Like WALL-E. WALL-E's my favorite Pixar film. That's more my cup of tea, just the sci-fi and robots and stuff, and that adventure quality. I mean, Eva going into space, all the stuff that happens there. It's a bigger change that happens, considering containing the whole human race going to a different direction, or what's left of it. People who are... Maybe there's controversy because of Colombia, and I don't know Colombia. I've never been to Colombia. I don't know shit about it, so I can't tell you. I could look up some Wikipedia articles. They ain't gonna tell me much of squat. So, if anyone's from Colombia who watches this, let me know what your thoughts on this happens to be. But for me, I thought it was fine for what it needed to be. So, I don't know what else to say. Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad of a film. So, it did what its job was. The characters, at least the lead girl, was likable enough. It did 90 minutes, did overstay its welcome. The songs were catchy enough that they were not a burden to listen to. It wasn't like K-12, that fucking movie, that was overlong, overstayed its welcome, had stupid songs that... Yeah, fuck that movie. Encanto was fine. With that said, thanks for watching. Take care. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.